sudhanvā khaṇḍaparaśurdāruṇō draviṇapradaḥ divaḥspṛk sarvadṛgvyāsō vāchaspatirayōnijaḥ.
Sudhanvā. Sudhanvā means, so whenever we add to anything, it means auspicious, noble, glorious. So Sudhanvā means one who carries with him the noble, the glorious bow. Bhagavan Vishnu's bow. Bhagavan Vishnu also has got his own, just as he's got the other weapons, he carries along with him the Shankha, the Chakra, the Gada, Ityadi. He's got a sword also. All of them have got beautiful names. Similarly, he has got his bow also. That also has a name. It's called as Sharanga. So one who has got the Sharanga in his hand is called as Sharanga Pani. Vishnu's one name is Sharanga Pani. When it comes to Rama, Rama's bow, name of Rama's bow is Kodanda. Therefore we call him Kodanda Pani. One who carries with him the bow called Kodanda. Bhagavan Vishnu's bow is called as Sharanga. So one who wields the bow called as Sharanga, that is one meaning. And also we have seen already, Bhagavan has got all these weapons. He is first of all Chaturbhuja, and in each of his hands he carries various instruments. All of them represent our own Antakarana. So according to that, what does the bow represent? The bow represents, Bhagavan's bow, Sharanga represents our sense organs and their activities. It represents that. Now there is another meaning for Sharanga also. Sara plus Anga is Sharanga. Anga means limbs, parts. So Sara means essence. So therefore Sharanga, essence means what? The divine essence, the higher essence. Anga means parts. So every part of him is nothing but that divine essence, that auspicious essence, that higher essence. So if we give a form to Lord Vishnu, the deity, it's an embodiment of auspiciousness. That is the meaning of Shiva. And the name Shiva came in our Vishnu Sahasranama also. So in Vishnu Sahasranama does Shiva come? Shiva means auspiciousness. So one who is a personification or an embodiment of auspiciousness is called Shiva. So it can be used for Shiva, Kailasapati, it can be used for Vaikuntapati also. So therefore Sara there means that higher essence, which we call Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Shantam, all of them put together. It is the higher essence. So Anga means, like I said, he is a personification of auspiciousness. He is a personification or an embodiment of that higher essence. Who? Lord Vishnu. Because we are dealing with Vishnu Sahasranama. And that is represented by Om. Om is the name, in quotes, Om is the name of Brahman. Om represents Paramatma for us. Om is not Paramatma. Om represents Paramatma. Om represents, it is the essence of Parabrahma. So therefore Sharanga also represents Om for us. So Bhagavan is an embodiment of, because we are dealing with him, we have given him a name, form, qualities are there. Over here, both we are dealing with the Saguna aspect and the Nirguna aspect also. So Sharanga also means over here, he represents for us, or is an embodiment of that Om. So who is Vishnu for us? It is not just somebody, a deity over there lying down on Adishesha in the milk ocean. There is a significance for all of that. What is the essence? What is the essence behind it? That picture that we see of Bhagavan, what does it indicate to us? When he is lying down there on Adishesha with Lakshmi at his feet, or when along with Lakshmi he is Aruda, he is riding on Garuda, what does it represent? See, every picture over there, it's a beautiful painting over there which we see. slides. Each one of them is representing for us something. There is a tattva behind it. There is a suggestiveness and the significance behind it. We must dwell on it. So from the idol or the picture that is there in front of us, we must move to the ideal. So all that we are seeing over there represents in tattva or in essence Sara Om over there. And Om is what? Om is nothing but Parabrahma, Brahman himself. What are the characteristics of Brahman? It's very difficult for us to describe or define Brahman because he is not a substance, he is not a vastu. Yet our rishis in the Upanishad do attempt to describe Parabrahma to all of us. But they are all not descriptive definitions. They are all indicating something to us. Even all these words over here, many of them are not descriptive at all. They are indicating a higher truth to us. They are indicating to us a higher altar or a higher state for all of us. So therefore, Sharanga Pani Sudhanvā khaṇḍaparaśurdāruṇō. This represents Parasurama avatara of Bhagavan. We know he took up the Parasurama avatara. All knowledge was his. And he put it into action also. So not only Parasurama is a man of knowledge, is a man of wisdom, but he is a man of action also. And what did he do? We know from his story that he went round so many times and he annihilated, he just did not defeat, he killed and annihilated all the Kshatriyas who were treading the path of adharma. Many of the kings, many of the warriors, instead of aligning themselves to dharma, walking the path of dharma, they had all they got distracted. They deviated from dharma and started walking the path of adharma. When that happens, adharma is rising, dharma comes down. Bhagavan in the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, he has promised us. When dharma is on the decline and adharma rises up, raises its hood, when the balance gets totally upset, I will come forth. I will manifest myself. For what? To bring back the balance. So in that sense, Parasurama Avatara is for that sake. He came and annihilated all the Kshatriyas who were all treading the path of adharma, were walking the path of adharma. And what was his weapon that he used? He used the axe. It is called as Parashu. So Parashu is the weapon that is why his name was Rama. Because he always had the Parashu with him, we call him as Parasurama. So it was just with that axe that he annihilated all the Kshatriyas. And therefore, here we are invoking Parasurama Avatara over here. Khaṇḍaparaśurdāruṇō Darunaha. Darunaha means one who is merciless. So one who is merciless means we immediately feel that person is very cruel, hard-hearted, no compassion at all. But on the other side we say Karuna Samudra is Bhagavan. So Daruna means and earlier we saw also Sahishnu, one who is so patient, one who is so calm, forgives us for all the mistakes that we have done. Then why Daruna? But when we cross the limit, for everything there is a Lakshmana Rekha. Bhagavan forgives us, he forgives us. Mother Nature also is like that. We are bringing in imbalance in Mother Nature, in nature. Ecology is being disturbed, we say. She keeps quiet, she forgives us because we are all her children. But if she gets up, if the balance tilts over there, and when she gets up, nobody can stand in front of her. It looks like she is merciless. It looks like she is very cruel. It looks like she is very hard-hearted. And we know the destruction that Mother Nature can bring about. So in that sense, Darunaha. Bhagavan also is very calm, kind, patient. He gives a very long rope. And he hopes that we will one day come around. But in spite of it, if we don't come around, then his chakra will come, or the axe will come, or the gada will come. And at that point of time, when he gets up, nobody can stop him. When he has come from the pillar, manifested himself and emerged from the pillar, because Hiranyakashipu is the one who asked Prahlada, I want to see your Hari. And Lord Hari kept on forgiving this Hiranyakashipu for all the wrongdoings. He subjected Prahlada, we know, to so much of difficulty. He wanted to kill his own son. So he put him in the ocean, threw him from the mountain. Weapons were used, snakes were used, they put him into fire. Everything was done. Finally, poison also was administered to him in his presence. Nothing happened to Prahlada. And in spite of it all, Hiranyakashipu did not realize that who is this. He knew somebody is protecting him. That somebody who is protecting Prahlada must be obviously more powerful than Hiranyakashipu. Because Hiranyakashipu is the one who is punishing Prahlada, and Prahlada was able to stand it all and come out victoriously. Nothing could touch him. Yet Hiranyakashipu did not realize. And the last was when he made his own wife, that is Prahlada's mother, give poison to her own child. Then he said, I want to see your Hari, who is protecting you. Lord came out. There was a request made, I want to see your Hari. Hari, he came from the pillar. And at that point of time, nobody can stop the Lord from bringing out destruction over there. Destruction of the bad. So in that sense, Dharunaha. Actually, it means the law. All the natural, universal laws that we are familiar with. Electricity is a great power, but we should know how to connect with it, how to make contact with it. It can bless us. It can help us in so many ways. We know now it's an electrical age. Without electricity, we can't live. We keep wondering, how did our, let's say, grandparents' time, how did they live without electricity? There was no electricity at that time, at that point of time. A little later, earlier also. How did they even survive? Because today we can't even think of even 5 minutes without electricity. Earlier, when they were load shedding, it used to be very difficult. Now we have generators everywhere. So we have never in fact seen a few minutes where there is no electricity. In fact, we use electricity for everything. So it blesses us. It graces us, and it allows us to use that electrical power for all our requirements. Our online class is going on only because of electricity. So, but we should know how to coordinate. It is a law. Laws of electricity are there. In physics, we study it. So we should make contact with electricity the way we should contact it. It's a law. It's a blind law. Supposing we make contact with electricity in a totally different way, in a way in which we should not be doing, then we will get the shock. It can even lead to disaster and death. So it looks like electricity is merciless. Small little child doesn't know anything about electricity and its might, its power. Innocently it went, and there was a live, let's say, this thing on the wall. The switch was on. The child did not know, and it put its finger into the holes over there, the 2 or the 3 pin over there. And we know what can happen. If the voltage is very high, we know what will happen. But electricity will do its work. We cannot say, poor little child, it was innocent, it did not know. Electricity also should have known that the child does not know, and it should have forgiven. It cannot be like that at all. So in nature we have beautiful laws. The law of gravitation. We know anything that drops down, anything that which we release from our hand, it will go down. It can be a light object, it can be a heavy object, but everything goes down. Why? Gravitational pull of the earth is there. An innocent one again may not know, but supposing through over the balcony, if a child, we hope that such things will not happen, but innocently if it leans over the balcony, gravitational pull will not say that this is a child, it doesn't know anything about gravitational laws, and therefore let me not harm the child. Supposing the child falls down, we know what will happen to it. In that sense, darunaha. So these are all laws. There is a lawgiver. Who is the lawgiver? Bhagavan himself is the lawgiver. And once he has given the laws, he makes sure the laws are administered also. Who is the administrator? Bhagavan himself makes sure that the laws that he has formulated are all administered everywhere. And over there we see, nowhere we see that there is a deviation or a diversion. Nature's laws are very, very strict. There is no compromise there at all whatsoever. In that sense, darunaha. So Bhagavan also is all mercy, all kindness, everything. But when it comes to once a person crosses the limit, then sure destruction for the person on the other side, because they have not aligned themselves to dharma. So darunaha, draviṇapradaḥ. Da means to give. Pra means prakarshena, totally to give, unconditionally to give. Dravina means wealth, dravya, anything. So draviṇapradaḥ means one who gives wealth to all his devotees, to all of us. Who is the one who gives to us? He alone gives everything to us. We may say father gave, mother gave, grandparents gave, so and so gave, because of her, because of him, but ultimately they are all only medium, nimitta they are all instruments that the Lord has used for us to get benefited with whatever we have around us and about us. Ultimately, he alone is the sole giver. We can say we got the wealth like this, I worked for it, I earned it, I worked very hard for the increment, I worked very hard for the promotion, all those things are there. But unless and until he decides, his chitta is there, nothing will happen in our lives. So Hari Chitta alone is Satya. So who is the giver, sole giver, S-O-L-E, sole giver of wealth to all of us? Lord alone gives it to all of us. He may have used different people or things as his instruments to bestow upon us whatever wealth we have. And when we say wealth, it doesn't mean only material wealth. We are not talking only about movable and immovable property, cash, or the jewelry that we have, the ornaments we have, the gold and the silver and the diamond. We are not talking only about that wealth. All wealth he alone gives to us. Health he gives to us. Character he gives to us. I am a very good person, somebody can say the goodness that the person has, Bhagavan himself has given it to him. It didn't come from anywhere else. So the qualities he gives to us. If we have Shraddha, faith he gives. In the 7th chapter he says, I alone give faith to a person in whatever they want to do. And I reinforce that faith also in them so that they can pursue their activity and reach whatever target they want to reach. And the karma pala also I only give, he says. So Shraddha Lakshmi, wealth, all wealth is Lakshmi. Shraddha Lakshmi, Bhakti Lakshmi, he, she, Bhakti means love. Who gives to us love? He alone gives love to all of us. How does he give? He is there inside us. So God is love. Because he is there, love is there in us. So we can never say, I don't love anybody at all. It is there in us. We can't say that. Something we will be connected with. Because that love is there in us. It is our very nature. We are not exercising it or manifesting it, that's all. But we can never say, I am a person who God, sent me down and he has not put even one, ounce of love in me. So I do not know how to love anything or any being. Like anything or love any being. It's not possible at all. Because he is there in us. So if the God who is love is there in us, It's not possible for us not to love anybody. Only we may not be manifesting it. That's all. So everything is courage, Dhairya Lakshmi, Veera Lakshmi, all wealth, Arogya Lakshmi, health, physical, mental, knowledge, Vidya Lakshmi. So all wealth, ultimately who gives it to us? It's only Bhagavan who gives it all to us. He may have used different source, different instrument. Nimitta will be different. So anything that comes into our life, it may have reached us through this person or that person, but ultimately it has come to us only because of Paramatma. My boss gave, CEO gave, it's all Vyavahara, Drishti. But ultimately who gives everything to us? It's the Lord only. Draviṇapradaḥ, divaḥspṛk. Diva is sky. Divaḥspṛk means that which is touching the sky, reaching up to the sky. The Lord's Vishwarupa Darshana, which comes in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So it's a beautiful chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana, 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. After Bhagavan narrates to Arjuna his glories, Vibhuti Yoga, in the 10th chapter, because Arjuna wants to know his glories. He says, you say you are everywhere, extended you are everywhere. Not only you are everywhere, you are everything and every being. All is you only when you say, but I am not able to connect with it. It's so subtle. It's very abstract, it's very vague. Krishna, I want you to tell me how I can contact you. Because when we open our eyes and get into the world outside, whether in the house or outside, we see things, we see people. There is a world of multiplicity and plurality outside that we register through our sense organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. How am I to connect with you there? Please tell me, is what Arjuna says. So the one Lord is one. His manifestations are many. So the one Lord, one in the many, is what is being presented to Arjuna by Krishna in the 10th chapter. He says, okay, these are all my glories. So when Arjuna asks of him, he says, it's infinite. My glories are infinite. So we can't put it down and count them. Ananta. Because you asked, I will give you a sample. So actually, literally, Krishna takes Arjuna on a tour, travel. Conductor, the one who conducts the tour, who takes us around, guide, and shows us different places and tells us the importance of each place. Like that, Krishna takes Arjuna, and then everywhere I am, but you want to know how to connect with me. So supposing you see trees, you connect with me like this. Amongst the trees, I am the Ashwattha Vriksha. You are seeing lakes, different lakes. Lakes means standing waters. How to connect with it? Sarasamasmi Sagaraha. Amongst the standing waters, I am the ocean, biggest one. If you are encountering rivers on your path, river means flowing water. So amongst the rivers, I am the Ganga. You encounter animals, amongst all the animals, I am the lion. See, not that Bhagavan is not there. Supposing we take the example of the rivers. Amongst the rivers, he says, I am Ganga. It doesn't mean Ganga alone is divine. It doesn't mean that all rivers are divine. All of them have their uniqueness, speciality, and their own characteristics. All are divine. That's why we worship all the rivers. But amongst all of them, he picks up Ganga because there are some extra unique points over there. A little more extra special over there. Therefore, Bhagavan identifies himself with Ganga. And those extra he tells what is so special about Ganga over and above the other rivers. So when we go and stand on the banks of Kaveri, yes, we are worshipping her, we are adoring Mother Kaveri, but the special qualities and characteristics that the Lord gives about Ganga should come into our mind. So when our mind has gone from ordinary H2O, H2O is water. So instead of seeing the flowing waters over there as H2O, we have raised it to Mother Kaveri. See, the bhava has changed already. It's not just some water flowing over there. Therefore, I can abuse it and misuse it, disuse it. We have immediately raised it to a different level. She is mother. My mother she is. What is her name? She is Kaveri. The moment we raise it to Mother the river, from Kaveri to Mother Kaveri, our bhava has completely changed. Our respect, reverence, adorations. So automatically the mind has got uplifted. From Kaveri to Ganga. So all the beautiful unique qualities of Ganga will immediately come over there. So the mind still goes one notch higher up. We are already in contemplation over there. So Bhagavan says it's very difficult. You say, because we all say it's so difficult to reach, for us to reach where you are. Bhagavan says, okay, I'll come where you are. So you are near the river, you can contemplate on me. You are in a forest, you can contemplate on me. You are in the park amongst the trees, you can contemplate on me. Bring Ashwatha Vriksha over there. If you are, amidst animals, you can contemplate on me as the lion. See how beautifully wherever we are, anywhere, anytime, any place, we can immediately connect with the Lord. How to connect with Him is there in the 10th chapter. That's called Vibhuti Yoga. And when Arjuna has seen the one in the many, then he makes another request. He says, if you, the one, is there in the many, can I see the many in the one? Which is a little more difficult. To see the one Lord in the many is easy for us. Among the trees, okay, I think of Him as Ashwatha Vriksha. Among the rivers, I think of Him as Ganga. Among the animals, I think of Him as there's a big list over there given so beautifully. Among the animals, I am the lion. So it goes on. So it's easy for us to see the one in the many. But then Arjuna makes a request. Is it possible, Krishna, for me to see the many in the one? The many, we must know, is an endless list. All of that can I see over here in the one? He makes that request, and then immediately Arjuna feels, did I ask something which is very difficult for me to experience? It's going to be very awesome for him, frightening for him, because it's huge. To see the one Lord in many is a little more easy for us. But all to see over here, can our mind take it? It's like saying, I can handle 2 idlis, but can a person handle, let's say, 10 idlis? Can the digestive system of that person take it in? Too much. So he makes that request, and then he tells Krishna, if you feel that I can take it in, then reveal to me the many in the one. Bhagavan says, with your eyes you can't see this many in the one. The one in the many you can see with your eyes. Even that we are not able to see. But it is relatively easier. Therefore Bhagavan says, I will give you divine vision. And with that divine vision, Jnana Chakshu, eye of knowledge, divine vision, I will give to you. And with that vision, you can see the many in the one. So Arjuna can never take the credit. He doesn't take the credit also. Because yes, the Lord showed the many in the one, and Arjuna did see it. But how did Arjuna see it? God gave him the vision also. So he says at the end, because of your grace alone, Krishna, I have been able to see the many in the one. To see the many in the one, what should be the Lord's figure? I mean, in quotes, what should be the size of the Lord, his height, his stretch? Because everything now we want to see in the Lord's body. All the many can I see in you? So therefore it looks like the Lord has to stretch himself from one end to another end. The Lord has to grow from down to top, because everything must get accommodated in him. When Yashoda asked Krishna to open his mouth because he is supposed to have eaten mud, he opened his mouth, and in his mouth she saw the whole world. The many she saw in the mouth of Krishna. She fainted over there. And Krishna made her also forget it. Because he wants her to always keep up that relationship of mother and son. Vatsalya Bhava. So, to show the many in the one, Bhagavan has to grow and grow and grow to what dimensions we can understand. We can't even comprehend it. Trivikrama is also like that. Vamana avatar. So, such that all of it is there in him. The many is there in him. Nothing should get excluded. Everything should get included. That 11th chapter is a beautiful chapter. The meter is tough. It's a different meter. And Arjuna, as he is seeing, he is narrating it to us. It's a continuous over there. He doesn't say, I saw then. No. As he is seeing, he is narrating it to us. It's a very beautiful, unique chapter, the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana. There it comes. Bhagavan has filled up everything. He, from bottom up to the top, divaḥspṛk. He is reaching up to the sky and beyond the sky also. He is touching up to the sky. Where is the sky? We do not know where it is. If we go, we just will keep going. There is no real roof over there on top. A blue roof over there. It's not there at all. So sky reaching means we can understand to what measure the Lord must have expanded himself. Why? To include everything within him. All the 14 worlds, things, beings, past, present, future. He is not only giving to Arjuna what is happening in the present. He sees the past, he sees the present of course, and he also sees the future also. So all timeline constricted. All space, if we may say so, constricted. Why? All of space is there, which Arjuna is saying in Krishna's body. So Krishna's body has become like a frame over there. 3D frame. In that he is saying all of space, all of time. We can understand what must be the dimensions of that, in which Arjuna is saying. To indicate that, here we are told divaḥspṛk. So Trivikrama also comes in over here. The Lord grew and grew and grew and grew, we are told. Up to where? Up to the sky. Where is the sky? We do not know. We say up to the sky. But is there an upper limit? There is no upper limit at all. So infinite dimensions. The Lord grew to accommodate everything within him. And also the Vishwarupa Darshana. The very beautiful, the name itself, Vishwarupa Darshana. Darshana means Arjuna saw. How did he see? Not with two physical eyes. He saw with the eye of knowledge. What did he see? What Darshana did he have? Rupa, form. Whose Rupa? Vishwarupa he saw. It's not Krishna Rupa there. Vishwa means the whole world. And what is the whole world? Whole world is nothing but Lord himself in a different form. So Vishwa plus Vishwanatha or Jagat plus Jagannatha he saw over there. And it was not a still picture, frozen. A photograph of anybody when we have, it's a still picture. It is moving, dynamic over there. What Arjuna saw, it's dynamic, it's moving. It's got everything over there, and the entire timeline is also there. It's beautiful. The description is very, very beautiful. So therefore, divaḥspṛk, sarvadṛgvyāsō. Here we are talking about Vyasa, Veda Vyasa Bhagavan. Veda Vyasa also is one of the avatars of Bhagavan. It doesn't come in the Dashavatara, but the Bhagavad talks about Veda Vyasa also as Lord Vishnu's avatar. So sarva means all. Drik means to see. To see means here knowledge. That is why there are 6 schools of philosophy. They are called as Shad Darshanas. Shad means 6. Schools of philosophy are addressed as Darshana. Darshana means to see. To see what? To see is not with the physical eyes. It is to first hear, reflect, assimilate, understand, digest, and then become one with it and experience it. That is the darshana which is being talked about over here. So sarvadṛk means one who is a seer. S-E-E-R. All our Mahatmas, Rishis, we call them as seer. Seers means one who sees. Sees what? Not with the physical eyes. One who has experienced whatever knowledge was there in front of him. So sarvadṛgvyāsō, one who sees everything means one who knows everything, one who has experienced everything. That ultimate state, God's state of consciousness, he has experienced. Beyond that, there is nothing more for him to experience. So there, in that sense, sarvadṛgvyāsō. So Bhagavan Sri Veda Vyasa is the one who is being, because we are told earlier all the knowledge was just there. And what was that knowledge? It was all given out at different time by different rishis. They just gave it out. They didn't sit down and write it over there. It was all there, given out. It was all by mouth to the disciple. The disciples memorized it and then in turn gave it to their shishyas. So all of that was there. Somebody needed to classify it and to code it, to put it all into, to classify it, to bring in a system over there. Earlier it was not done. Veda Vyasa's role was for that. He collected, if we may say so, all the knowledge, put it into 4 categories or 4 compartments, classified it into 4 sections. And that is called as Veda. Veda comes from the word Vidu. Vidu means to know. So 4 sources of knowledge. They are called as the 4 Vedas. And the Vedas, of course, have their own sections over there. Who gave it out to us? Vyasa Bhagavan. Vyasa is not his name. His name is Krishna only. We have Vasudeva, Devaki's son. He is also Krishna. This is also Krishna only. But because he codified and classified and put the knowledge into different sections, he classified it, he got the title Vyasa. Vyasa means to codify, to collect, to put into groups. So actually it's a title given. So sarvadṛgvyāsō, one who collected all the knowledge that was available at that point of time and categorized it and gave to us the 4 Vedas. And because he did it, because Krishna did it, the Rishi did it, he was called as Vyasa. Veda Vyasa we call him. So Vyasa is not only the name of the person who gave to us the Vedas, we can use that name Vyasa for all our great men of wisdom, because all of them have the Vedas with them. So sarvadṛgvyāsō not only indicates Vyasa Bhagavan over there, it indicates to us the entire Guru Shishya Parampara. Guru Purnima is just round the corner. That's the day, special day on which not just our Guru, not just our Guru's Guru, Parama Guru, or his Guru, Parameshti Guru, are invoked and adored and worshipped, but the entire lineage, Guru Shishya Parampara, is invoked on that day. Right from the Lord. Sadashiva Samarambham, Dakshinamurti, from him onwards, up to Shankara, Adi Shankara, because again he gave to us, he again classified it, gave to us commentaries. Without Vyasa Bhagavan, without Adi Shankara, it would never have been possible for us to enter into the scriptures. And up to our own Guru. So when we think of Dakshinamurti, when we think of Adi Shankara, and when we think of our own Guru, actually we have brought in the entire Guru Shishya Parampara. Or Narayana Samarambha. Narayana means Vyasa over there, because Vyasa is Narayana's avatar. So Narayana Samarambha, from him Adi Shankara and to our own Guru. The entire Guru Shishya Parampara is invoked on Guru Purnima day. So sarvadṛgvyāsō vāchaspatirayōnijaḥ. Vachaspati means one who is a master of all knowledge, not only theoretical. He has put it into practice. And not only that, he is well versed and he can communicate it also to everybody. Communication is an art. So therefore Vachaspati means one who knows the knowledge, one who has put it into practice and lived it and is able to communicate it also to all of us, is the meaning of Vachaspati. Ayonijaḥ means one who is not born out of the womb. All are born out of a womb. Means there was always a material medium for all of us to manifest everything. But Bhagavan is Ayonijaḥ means he does not need a material medium to manifest himself. He may choose a medium. He need not choose a medium. In the case of Krishna Avatara, he chose a medium, father and mother, Vasudeva Devaki. In the case of Rama Avatara, he chose a medium, father Dasharatha, mother Kausalya. But he can choose to just make his appearance, to manifest himself without the help of any material medium also. So when the Lord chooses to manifest himself without taking the help of the any material medium, we say Ayonijaḥ. One who was born without the help of a womb. For Mother Sita we say that. Janaki, Janaka Maharaja's daughter, adopted daughter. She was not his real daughter at all. So very beautifully they say, Rama needed, Kausalya had the capacity and the capability and the ability to become the mother of Rama. Dasharatha, we do not know what punya he had done. He had the capacity and the ability to become the father of Rama. Who would become the father and mother of Sita? See, nobody could have. That is the character of Sita whom we are talking about in the Ramayana. Swami Vivekananda says, we may find a person or a few people like Rama, but it's very difficult to find a person like Sita. So to bring forth Sita, no womb had the capacity and the capability and the ability to bring forth Sita. Therefore she is Ayonijaḥ. From where did she come? She came from Mother Earth. Mother Earth's capacity is infinite. Even in physics we say, the capacity, we treat Earth as a conductor, capacity of conductors with. Earth has got infinite capacity, we say. So who had the capacity and the capability and the ability to bring forth Sita? Only Mother Earth had. That is why all the beautiful qualities that are there in Mother Earth was there in Sita. She was brought up by Janaka Maharaja. Who is he? He is a man of realization, Jivan Mukta. Great person, whose name Bhagavan Krishna takes in the Bhagavad Gita. We can imagine. So he is the one who brought her up. So no womb could have handled Sita. Only Mother Earth could. So therefore Vachaspatir Ayonijaḥ is always taken as one word over here. So the Lord is the one who is the master of all knowledge. He's got, like I said, theoretical, practical, and he's the one who can communicate it to the next level, to the next generation, and also he is one who is unborn through any womb. He may choose to come through a womb, use a material medium. He may choose not to use a material medium. So therefore he is known as Ayonijaḥ. 62nd verse, we will take it up in the next class.